Hey there, folks. Welcome in. It is episode number 170. This is the SoCo Show live. Let's get it going. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the SoCo Show. This, of course, is the co-host, Cody Michael, and I'm joined, as always, by the so-host, Seth Ott.
It's me!
There he is. What a surprise. I didn't know who it was going to be, and it turns out it was you for the 100th time in a row.
Felt like now that we have visual medium, so I have to utilize it with some surprise entrances.
Yeah, you're a Renaissance man. It's gags of all sorts, and now that you can add visual to your quiver, you're more powerful than ever before. And speaking of power, just raw fucking power.
At Jared Buckendahl.
JB!
Power thirst! I don't like how you said quiver. That made me feel uncomfortable.
It made you quiver.
Yeah.
Make you quiver. No? No. Well, what can I say? Who's out there, Jared? Anybody out there in the chat yet?
It's looking like Gina's here. We got Tyler Barretto throwing some pizza slices down because, you know what? I requested them.
That's true. Jared, anybody out there in the chat yet? Oh, wow. I clicked on the YouTube because I wanted to see the chat. That was a mistake. There it is. I figured it out. I needed to click the comment section. There we are. There's TB. There's Gina. Some idiot named JBuck Studios has a comment in here. The gang is all here. Wow. Well, thanks y'all out there for joining us this week. Very excited to be back. Again, it's episode 170, which every time we say the number of shows we've done, it makes me feel old and sad. But we're back yet again. It's November, our November live show. Thanksgiving coming up next week. We've got quite a few fun things that we're going to get into, including our SoCo debates, which have been a really fun new segment that Seth brought to us these last few weeks. So tonight, a rubber match. Jared has won a debate, and I have won a debate. And so tonight's the rubber match. So you'll see who
with the rubber
who
match
will leave as king.
We are debating condoms. The rubber match, water balloons, condoms, and I don't know, rubber trees, I guess.
Rain jackets.
Yep. There we go.
I did come prepared for the debate today. I am wearing a rubber, so look forward to that. Jared, are you dressed appropriately?
Yeah, I'm not wearing pants.
Okay, excellent.
Yep,
we're going to be in good then.
Better hope there's not a fire at Jared's house, because we're going to see some butt.
You get some hot cross buns right there, people.
Oh, no.
Holy cow.
Jared, did you sit on a chocolate bar?
Oh, no. Have you ever sat down, though, and had a chocolate bar in your back pocket and you didn't know, and it just ruins your life?
No.
You know what? So I feel like probably I've had that happen. There's my little brother in the chat saying what's up to JB. Yesterday I sat down and the item in my back pocket was 2 packs of Chick-fil-A sauce.
Why?
I swear it's true. I needed the hand. I don't remember why. I had the packets in one hand and I needed the other hand. And so I put them in my back pocket and then I sat down and I immediately knew what it was. And I was like, oh, I just ruined my couch and pants. And I got up and it turned out they hadn't broken. They had bent, but not broken. So I know Chick-fil-A gets a hard time, and I know it's political whether or not you like Chick-fil-A, but
they got resilient sauce there.
You cannot question the strength of their sauce packs. I put them to the test.
Yep.
109 pounds of pure man right on top of those things. Couldn't even break them open. So
not only is their chicken good, but their sauce packets pristine. They will survive the apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know what's
crazy?
Cockroaches. We were just out there a little over a week ago.
Man, it feels like 2 years ago.
I know. I remember we got Chick-fil-A, and you said, man, I really got to replace the 2 in my back pocket. I always keep 2 at all times back there. So I know you're trying to make up excuses here.
Sauce responsibly.
Yeah.
There you go. If there's a lesson here, it is sauce responsibly. You guys were here live and in person last week. I hope folks enjoyed that episode because it was a really fun one for us to record. But I will say, I don't mean any offense by this. I'm far more comfortable in this setting because it's what we're so used to. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to smell you guys. I don't have to make real eye contact with you guys. This is a lot more my style. And so glad to be back on. This is at least one of my top 5 Zoom calls of the month. So very excited to be back here with you.
Glad we could crack the top 5.
Yeah.
That's all I ever wanted.
Well, you should see the number 2 and 1. Whew. I'll tell you about him after the show.
Were you on the call with that tube steak man? Fox News tubing or whatever?
It was a guy named Mr. Glizzy is what they're calling him now. Yeah. That was a callback from... Was that 2 months ago?
3 weeks?
1 month ago?
When was the hot dog contest?
It's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Was that last month?
It was Halloween-y trivia, so it was last
Halloween
month
trivia,
that we were talking about Glizzies. Oh, my God. Let's see. Who else is in the chat here? Kyle, no, I did not get sauced. Mike Media. Actually, yeah, Mike Media sent us something that we're going to show you guys a little bit later that we thought was funny. I don't know, Jared, if you have that. But I hope you have access to it somehow.
Send a texty text.
Oh, you sent it. Okay, I'll pull it up.
There you go. Awesome. Mike V is in the chat. What's up, Mike? He's out there working that wood. Thanks for breaking away from your woodwork to come hang out with us. Dan in the chat here spreading lies. I don't know why. Second Street Marvel, what's up? Welcome to the show. Like I said, guys, a lot of fun stuff here to talk about. Headlined, I think, by the SoCo debate coming up, but we've got a bunch of reviews and things as well. And we'll get to a Chic tweet here pretty soon. But Seth, we've been starting our shows lately with some questions that were sent to you via Twitter. So why don't we go ahead and answer a couple of those? Here are your listener questions.
Any questions?
So Seth, last we checked, we were deep in a long line of Mike V questions. Are we still in that purgatory?
I believe we are. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right. What was the last question? Do you remember? Word or saying brought back from the past?
Yeah, which I want to add one to this. Flabbergasted was a good one. I this morning was thinking of twerp. I think twerp is something we should start calling people again.
Yep.
From Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
All right. Mike V does have the next question. It does appear, though, that
are we running low on questions?
After it's this one and one more, and that. Oh, well, this one and 2 more. So there's 3 left that have been submitted. So we need more submissions, I believe.
There we go. Need some questions. Get on Twitter and send him the Twitter link is up above Jared's head here at SoCo Show Pod. Send Seth your questions so that we don't run out because we want to keep this segment going. What do we got here, Seth?
All right. Mike V. He asks, it's at Mike Vandenhall, of course. We know, everyone knows. Do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not?
Isn't it funny that we were just talking about this when you guys were here? So Mike, I don't know if you know this, and we may have gotten the same advice once upon a time. This is my favorite question to ask on a first date. And I realized in the middle of that sentence that I'm at risk here because I don't remember whether or not I asked Gina this on our first date, and I don't want her to think that I was playing a game. But it's a great question to ask because you can learn a lot about someone if they have a ghost story for you or if they tell you they believe in ghosts. I will be non-dramatic and say that I don't believe in ghosts. But I don't. Do either of you guys?
Yeah, I think a long time ago we had a conversation. I don't know if it was on a podcast or whatnot, but I do, but I don't think I personally have witnessed anything super paranormal. Like, I haven't woken up and, my sheets fly off and, all that stuff like craziness. But I know that my cousins, they lived in a house and they would always see, they thought there was someone that was like breaking in or whatever. it ended up essentially like being a ghost. Like it was a friendly one. They knew like it was him, and it wasn't like he was going to the fridge and getting milk or anything. But it'd be like a shadow here or there, like the corner of your eye. You'd look over and something's standing there. So I do believe in it, but I don't know how like in depth, like the ghost hunters, like, oh, I'm hearing something, with the white noise and everything. But I think there's like a middle plane.
Okay, so there was a ghost in their house and they stayed there and were buddies with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. Ghosts could be real, but it doesn't mean that they kill people. Like, I guess you never see, like, someone be like, someone mysteriously broke their neck in the middle of the night, like in Paranormal Activity. So it's like...
Well, sure, but that doesn't mean they're not scary as hell, right?
No, I personally do believe in ghosts. For one, Ghost Hunters, Jared, that's one that I loved that show back in the day. TAPS, the Atlantic Paranormal Society. I think that's what it was. But that was on Sci-Fi. Watched a lot of Sci-Fi. But then Paranormal Activity, I mean, I loved that movie. And they used a lot of stuff from that show. Like EVPs and recording voices and stuff. Growing up, though, I believe there's a few moments which, like, over time, I think, like, I've been able to kind of debunk it, but there's stuff that happened when I was younger that, like, we always used to hear, both me and my parents would hear what we thought sounded like the cabinets close. My parents also had one where they said they were sleeping, and
he's looking behind him because he's scared.
I swear to God,
jump out.
I usually keep this closet closed, and now it's open, and I'm creeped out. Like you should get up and close it. I'm afraid to get out of my chair,
and then it's gonna open again throughout the show.
The door just slowly creaks open, like
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt your story, Seth. But
no, you did. It's fine.
Just because I don't believe in ghosts doesn't mean I'm not fucking scared of them. If they exist, I'm fucking frightened. I want that to be made clear. Sorry, Seth. Finish your story.
No,
please.
You're fine. Anyway, so my mom and dad were sleeping. They woke up the next morning, and my mom says, "Were you pulling on the sheets last night? Like, fucking, stop pulling on your sheets." And he's like, "No, I felt the same thing. Like someone was pulling at the edge of the bed, like down at the bottom towards the bottom of the bed." So they both separately felt that throughout the night, where the sheets were tugging at the bottom of the bed.
Nope. Is that why your house burned down? Was it because the ghost?
That house is fucking cursed, though, because it's not standing.
That's why my house would burn down.
I had a house fire when I was 11, and then this was just because a kid took a gas can, ran through the house all the way up to the top of the stairs, and lit it on fire.
God damn!
Not when I was living
ghost?
There. Probably he was possessed. But I will say, like, growing up there were I felt uneasy sometimes. Like there was a presence of some kind. And I don't have that anymore. Like, I haven't really had that since I've lived anywhere else. So I will say, I love that house, though. I would, if it was still standing, and if it wasn't in Online, I would move back in that house today.
It was a fun house. We had some good times there. I'm glad. I don't think I ever heard the ghost stories while I hung out with you, and I'm glad because I would fucking not come to your house. Like, don't ask me to go somewhere haunted. I feel strongly about it. Like I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm not going into any fucking mental asylum or former hospital or place where they did experiments on superheroes. None of that shit. Because if they're real, I don't want them around me. That's my thoughts.
There's a couple of not too far from here, there's a couple of like abandoned mental hospitals and stuff like that where you can like pay to go stay the night. I was talking to someone at work who did it, and she said that she was like, "Yeah, I definitely heard some stuff and saw some stuff."
Yeah, well, I mean, doesn't Iowa have that Villisca axe murder house or whatever that you can stay at? Like, I remember back in the day, a girl I dated was really into ghosts and stuff and wanted like a night us go there, and I was like, no,
I would do it.
No, thank you. No, why would you go there?
Why would
you
do
that?
And bring
and
my mic
and yourself for
do a let's all do it and do a podcast at one.
No,
fuck no. I will zoom into that podcast. Nope. I don't. Because there's only two. This is the same reason I don't play with Ouija boards. There's only two possible outcomes. One, ghosts aren't real and you're playing with a stupid toy and you're an idiot. Or you spent the night in some dirty hotel. Or two, ghosts are real and they fucking kill you. Like,
They're
that's
not gonna kill you. You don't hear on the news.
Well,
fucking
you don't hear
Jane
about it
Thomas
because
dies of.
ghosts are good killers. No, but Jane Thomas dies of heart attack all the time.
Oh, okay, whatever. Ghosts don't
My
kill you.
condolences to her grandchildren. It was very unexpected. She's a healthy woman.
Maybe the live SoCo show from a haunted house will
Hell
be
yeah.
like a stretch goal. Like once we get enough money into the bucket of funds, we go on we take this on the road.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god!
If
guys.
everyone wants to see Cody pee his pants in a haunted abandoned hospital, be an extra big wanker the next few months, and we can once the pandemic's over, we can go on a trip.
Okay, I'm curious now. Out of maybe 3 different places, like which one would be the scariest like haunted place? Like a old asylum or hospital, a house, or a graveyard?
Asylum or hospital, especially like mental hospital,
Yep.
where they used to do the lobotomies.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like on Ghost Hunters and stuff. That's where they usually get the most stuff.
Because they're tortured souls. That's why that's why they hang around. And a graveyard, I get that graveyards are creepy. I'm not afraid of them because you can leave them. Like you're not walled in like you are other places. Houses are pretty claustrophobic. I wouldn't want to be in a haunted house either. But there's a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's because they all want to torture me, but there's a handful of comments in here wanting this haunted house thing. And other than wanting to see me throw up out of fear, I don't know why this is something people want.
Ooh, we got SoCo Unsolved Mysteries right here.
Yeah.
Woo! That would be, I'd come up with a sounder for that and you guys could do it. How's that sound?
I mean, I would totally do it. That would be so fun. I want to do it.
It would make for... I mean, okay, it would literally, like, my persona of it would be the escape room that we did when we were in LA. That's how, like, me acting like I know what I'm doing or kind of, like, my composure, but inside I am literally about to pee my pants.
Yeah. That's my attitude most of the time, but especially in haunted houses.
Yeah. Oops.
Seth, there was a lot of talk last month about your shadow. Now there's suspicion that there's a ghost in your room, but you did away with the caramel apple shadow from last month. You must have changed your lighting up.
No, I just don't have the same mic stand. I think that thing is going to be retired, so had to set up a little differently this month.
Kyle's Jared, can you go up and put Kyle's last comment up?
This one?
Seth felt uneasy because he ate 8 glizzies right before bed every night. Hilarious and actually kind of accurate. He ate a lot of glizzies back then.
Yeah, they call me the Glizzy Gobbler.
Ugh.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I
That would be great if they called you anything. Everyone ignored you, except for that weird guy in the corner eating hot dogs all the time.
Oh, that's him. Is that him? The Glizzy Gobbler.
I've only heard
And some
stories.
like rock chord. It's the Glizzy. Dun, 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 and you'd walk in with like a GG, like a diamond pendant or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got to make this character happen. There we go. Extra mustard, says Dan.
That's true.
I do want to. This was a while ago. I take strong offense to this one, but I guess I don't know how accurate it is. TB at 609 says Cody is the definition of twerp.
He ain't wrong.
I'm offended, but I think you're probably right. I don't even think I could fight you on that one. There you go. There's the screen cap for the thumbnail, Jared. Holy cow. Well, great question. Submitted, of course, by Mike V. See, I told you, you never don't get a good conversation out of that question.
That's true.
At Mike Vandenhole on the tweets, if you want to go give him a follow. Also, the purveyor of Mike's Wood, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. So thank you, Mike, for the great question. And for everyone else, make sure that you go to the Twitter at SoCo Show Pod and give us some questions so that we can keep doing this each week. For now, though, as I said, we have a lot to get to, but we can't get into any show properly without checking in on the Iron Sheik. Let's get to some Sheik tweets.
I call you a punk.
gonna need you to vamp for a little bit because didn't have one up.
Someone didn't do their homework for the week.
Oh.
I wrote debate
Live
questions.
on the
Suck it.
podcast. Seth doesn't have a tweet.
You all can suck it.
Wow. It's one job, and it's an important one. And I never want to micromanage, so I try not to really be up on you about it. But, it's just week after week, Seth, with this kind of procrastination, laziness. I don't know. This is reprehensible, I think. Yeah, Kyle has it right. Seth, you had one job.
Oh, I have plenty of jobs.
That could go many ways.
Oh, yeah. So Dan has a point here. Dan, will you write your question or give us some idea of what it was? I think that you might be right that we answered your question on the lost episode, which is not completely lost, but is not public yet because I need to edit. Kyle has the best comment yet. Seth doesn't have a chic tweet because he's too busy picking out that shirt. Shouts out to the bird poncho.
Yeah, bird
poncho. This is the best jacket. All right. I found something that'll be acceptable. Iron Sheik, fan of music, as we know, Rob Thomas especially. But today, Iron Sheik, he gives a rendition on a classic song here. He says, 1 for the money, 2 for the jabronis, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go fuck yourself.
The Sheik, I'd put the Sheik right up there. Would you put him right above or right below Weird Al for his musical parodies? Because I think he's almost as good.
I'm surprised they haven't done a collab yet.
Yeah, maybe it'll come.
So last week he was doing an Ask Sheik segment or trend on Twitter or whatever, hashtag, all that. Fleet. I don't know what these things are called anymore.
Fleet!
But I did attempt to shamelessly try to get him on the show. I mentioned that we do a segment every week and would love to have him come read one, but he probably didn't even look at it. So I failed, but I'm going to keep trying. If he keeps doing Ash Sheik segments, I'm going to keep trying. And if we get Iron Sheik on someday, that's the last episode. Like that, we have to stop.
You're right.
Shut it down.
This whole thing, people are like, "Why do you have a podcast?" And the answer is to get the attention of the Iron Sheik,
of the Legend of the Earth.
That would be a suitable end for the SoCo Show. And I don't know if I would feel really good or really bad about the thousands of hours we've dedicated to this, and that having been that's the end of it. Oh man. Dan won't tell us what question he had, so we can tell him whether or not it was on the last episode.
He doesn't even remember his question.
I actually think I don't think that's true. I think Dan has some extra ones in there. I got to relook, but that's something for off the air. So
there you go. He's got to look back through the queue. There might be some lost questions that we're going to dig up there. TB has some good ideas. This is why we need to have those anchor wankers that we're going to give a shout out in just a little bit. We need a second phone dedicated exclusively to Sheik tweets. Hey, that would be worth having.
We're using that little our anchor wanker money. I'm going to get a second phone out of it. So
a burner.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's this for? Sheik tweets.
1 for the ladies, 1 for the Legend of the Earth.
There you go.
I call you a punk.
Yeah, Mike Hass brings up a good point there. I wonder if Sheik would be stoked or pissed that we've been talking about him this whole time. Maybe he'll sue us and that'll be what ends the show. That would be a rock star ending, though. That'd be kind of fun.
Twitter's free, baby. We can take all the words we want out of there.
You're damn right. Kiss our butts, Sheik. Let's there you go. Let's shout out our sponsors. First of all, audibletrial.com.
Kyle's on fire tonight, I gotta tell you.
Damn. He's dropping some smokers in there.
Kyle, I only have one porn phone, and it's also my smartphone. So,
holy shit! Oh, Kyle just got me right in the middle of spot. I just broke in the middle of my audibletrial.com shout out, which almost never happens. audibletrial.com/SoCo. Hit the link in the description box. You're going to get 30 days of Audible and your first book for free. Jared, bring me back for a second. If you don't have Audible yet and you want a great, fantastic audiobook, highly recommend Ready Player One. It's a favorite audiobook of myself. I know you guys enjoy it. Mike V in the chat, it's a favorite of his as well. Great audiobook that you can get on Audible. And the sequel, Ready Player 2, is coming out this next week, which we're all really excited about. So if you've listened or read the first one and are ready for the second one and you want to get it for free, get it on audibletrial.com/SoCo.
Free.
There you go. Who's next? All right, Jared, bring that back up. There we go. Mathis Designs. Find our good friend Steph on mathisdesigns.com for all your stationery, graphic design needs, or to commission your own piece.
Get that piece.
Get that piece. Of course, Mike's Wood, a.k.a. Corn-Fed and Wed. Head over to etsy.com/shop/cornfed and wed to get your woodworked.
Oh, my.
There you go. And if you're shopping for the holiday season right now, promo code SoCo Show Pod will get you 10% off. So make sure, I don't know why Mike's cheering 24th, but make sure you head on over there. Use the promo code SoCo Show Pod for 10% off. Get over there now so Mike can work that wood and get it out to you for Christmas time. Who else? We got NPA. If you dig our intro and outro music, you're going to love NPA. He's the guy that puts that together. He's also got a Spotify channel. So link in the description box to NPA's Spotify. New music out there. The Patriot and the King is a great listen. It's a kind of a pair of songs that go together. I was just listening to it actually earlier tonight. And you guys are really going to dig that. So head over there and get yourself some NPA. Give him a follow. If you're not getting enough NPA on Spotify, you're going to want to check out room56studios.com. This is the collaboration between Nolan, aka NPA, and our very own Jared Buckendahl. Helping you create a better podcast, a better YouTube video, graphic design, video editing, audio editing, all of those things. If you want to make it look like you know what you're doing, you're going to want to call the guys at Room 56 Studios.
What?
There you go. Anchor as well. Anchor is our podcasting host. Somewhere in here, I'm going to have to cut in the ad for the audio version. But since you guys are here, you don't have to listen to that shit. Yeah. We do want to give a shout out to our Anchor Wankers. These are our contributors on the Anchor page. These are the people who like our show so much they want to give us a couple bucks a week to keep, or a month to keep doing it.
A day.
So we really appreciate all of our wankers. No new ones this month, which is why I'm not drunk. But we got Mike Vandenhall, Tyler Vandenhall, Jared Buckendahl, Tom Martin, Casey Cheeves, Mackenzie Grube, Anna Swanson, and of course, Farts. So big shout out to all of you for supporting the show, helping us keep it going, helping us improve it all the time. So if you want to become an Anchor Wanker and support the show like these great individuals, head on over to the Anchor page, click that support button, and choose the amount that's right for you. Big shouts out to not only our wankers, but all of our listeners out there. Even just by clicking on this episode, you've helped us out in a small way. So we really appreciate all of you spending your time with us and clicking those links. Gina says it perfectly correctly. Farts really is the MVP.
Wanker.
There you go. Mike needed that one. Speaking of wankers, I don't think he's not a formal Anchor Wanker, but a good friend of the show, Mike Hass, gave us a shout out this month. Jared, do you want to pull up what Mike sent us here? Got a little piece of Photoshop art that I really enjoyed and thought was poignant.
I thought this was official. This looks uncanny, to be honest.
So we're about to see the official cover of Drake's new album. This is coming out in just a couple months. Probably going to go certified platinum in the first week because of that sexy ass album art. Shouts out to Mike Hass for putting that together.
Is that?
Where did you get that photo?
I think that's from my Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it comeback season?
Ooh.
It really is. It really is comeback season. You know what's funny is when I first saw this, it took me a second to realize what I was looking at. And my first thought was, man, Drake looks dumb with a widow's peak. Oh man! So shouts out to Hass in the chat for sending that our way. We love that kind of stuff. If you have any visual gags or audio gags you want to send our way, a great place to do it is in the voice messages. But if you have anything like this, send it to us. I promise you, we'll think it's funny, and we'll show it to everybody on here. So thanks, Mike, for sending that one in. I don't know why Drake's face looking fat is. I don't think that's very fair. I thought he had very slender, almost boyish, I say twerpy type face. I wouldn't say fat.
You know what we need to do? Now that Kyle's back in America and we can time it out better. We need to have Kyle on for a live show to do a live Kyle's Court.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. We do need to get back in the Kyle's Court. It's been a while.
It's collecting cobwebs over there. The lease is about to be up, so we don't know if we should reinstate it or not.
Yeah, it might go the way of the Rip Torn or Dirty Porn sounder before too long if we don't use it again. Oh my God. Let's see. I think I got to everything. We got the sponsors. We got the wankers. Lots of fun stuff. We're going to get to that SoCo debate in just a minute. And I realize now I was having some technical difficulties while we were in our pre-show prep. This is a little behind the scenes. So I didn't get a chance to tell the guys that I wanted to do this. So you guys aren't prepped for this. But I saw a news story yesterday that I wanted to ask you about, and I want to get the opinion of the folks in the chat. So the story I saw, and correct me if I have any of this inaccurately, but Warner Brothers announced that the upcoming Wonder Woman 1984 movie is going to have an interesting release. It's still going to come out for theaters on December 25th. So if you're in one of the 5 cities that has a theater open right now, you'll be able to go see Wonder Woman in theaters. But here's the twist, is that on the same day, they're going to be placing Wonder Woman on HBO Max for subscribers to watch. No additional premium charge like Mulan, just getting dropped on the streaming service. As far as I can tell, this is the first major release where we're getting theater and at home available on the same day. And I'm interested to hear, Seth, you go first here. What do you think this is going to be like? Are you attracted to this? Do you think it's going to go well? What were your thoughts when you read this?
I'm happy about it because they have the option, but I'm still in a place that surprisingly the theaters are open. I have kind of scaled back my standards of going to see everything now. I went and saw two movies this weekend. I saw a new one and then I saw Dark Knight, and I had scheduled to see 2 other ones. And I was sitting there in the theater at Dark Knight and I was loving it. It was great, but I had like this underlying feeling of like, this doesn't feel good anymore. Like this feels almost a little dangerous, especially with having over 5,000 cases a day for a while here. Now dropped to 3,000.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then back to 4,000. So I think for me, that's when I would go see in the theater. It's going to be something like, because there's like 2 new movies coming out this weekend. There's one Jackie Chan movie.
Jiu-Jitsu.
It's like,
no shit.
Isn't Nick Cage in it?
No,
Vanguard.
Vanguard. It's with it's
about Keith Raniere. Keith Raniere?
Yeah.
And he does jiu-jitsu now? That's awesome.
He actually did Muay Thai in the show. He did.
Oh, that's right. He's like a champion at 12 or some crazy shit like that. Yeah.
No, so there's that, and then there's like this period piece drama, and I'm not going to go see that, but if there's like an interesting indie movie, like I will see stuff that's very selective. I'm not going to see classics anymore. Like I want to limit that. Even though there's still less people there than I've seen, which is good, but it's like, man, it's a risk. But Wonder Woman I'd go see. So I was happy to hear it. Like that's one because of the spectacle. Like, I'm going to see it on the hugest screen and all that stuff. So, and it was weird because I actually just this weekend saw the poster still. They've taken almost every poster down except for like that and the Croods 2. So like those are the only 2 posters left on the wall. Which actually is still coming out. Tickets went on sale for that like yesterday. But so I was like, I wonder if that'll come out. I feel like if they haven't removed it yet, I have a feeling that's coming out, and then boom, it did. So, yeah, I'll go check it out if the theater's still open. I also got a little indication that they might close too, but we'll see.
Yeah. So Seth, you're thinking more along the lines of, I'm not going to go as often to the theater, but for a big movie like Wonder Woman, that's going to be loud and exciting. And for you, are you going to the theater for that experience to get the visuals and the sound? That's what's taking you to see Wonder Woman specifically.
That, and then like when we get to more of the Oscar stuff, the indie, like the indies that I'm interested in, or the Oscar, like I'm not going to see everything that has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 65 or more type of thing that I have been doing. It'll be more like 90, like stuff that I'm not going to be able to see at home for a long time.
Bitch.
I'm going to be a choosy bitch.
Well, what about if Oscar movies, so what if there was like a period piece drama that was nominated and it came out at home on the same day? Would you be more inclined to see something like that at home?
Yeah, I would watch that at home. Yeah, like there's an indie movie I saw this weekend. Probably not going to be an Oscar movie, but that I saw the trailers for and stuff, and that I would go see. Like that's one I would seek out and go again because no one else was there. But it's one I was interested in, and so that'll be like more if it's stuff that draws me or stuff that has really good reviews that's Oscar that I can't see at home. I'm gonna go to the theater.
Yeah. Jared, what about you? When you saw this, did you think, okay, I'll see it at home, or are you still going to try to see it in the theater?
I think my Twitter timeline was very they were leaning more towards like, oh, hell yeah. I personally am a little conflicted about it because, like, I want to see it big, on a big screen, spectacle, all of that. Christmas, I'm going to be at home. I'm not going to go to the movie on Christmas, probably not even the 26th, around that time. But also, I can just watch it at home. I want to see it in the movie theater because, the big spectacle. Like, I want that feeling because I think Tenet was a nice return. Even though I wasn't extremely high on that film, it was a nice return to the movie theaters and everything. I want to see it in the movie theater, but 95% of people are probably going to watch it on the streaming platform. And one thing that I don't know if you mentioned, it's only going to be on HBO Max for 1 month. And then they are putting it exclusively in theaters. The thing is, people are going to watch it. You have a month. You have 30 days. If you don't watch it, that's on you.
Yeah.
I made a joke tweet, but I also am kind of a little serious. I was like, the box office is going to be $6. What is the, like, how much money is the box office going to make, and how much for is anyone going to get a HBO Max subscription just for this movie?
I think it makes sense because like in the case of, remember Mulan, you paid $6 for Apple Plus, or what was it on? Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
And then $30 to pay. Here you pay $15 for HBO and you get Wonder Woman. You'd pay about that to go to the movie theater anyway. So if you want to see it, you're seeing it for the same price. And you get countless hours of incredible premium cable content.
Ding.
It is true.
So I think it's a great deal, honestly.
HBO Max is easily the best one, I think. Like, right?
Yeah.
I could just watch Succession like 7 times over and over again. Like,
yeah, I've been saying for, a year or more now, if I had to go down to one, it would be HBO. It wouldn't be Netflix or Hulu or any of those. I'm interested. I think you're right, Jared. I think a lot of folks are just going to stay at home and watch that. I'm probably going to be one of them. I don't think I'm going to really have the option. I know I'm getting chastised in the chat here. But shouts out to Art for joining us. Welcome to the show, man. Jared, what are you drinking? Is he right? Vodka lemonade?
No, it is vodka soda.
There you go. Close.
Always watching those calories, people.
There you go. Always got to. Big fan of HBO, and he likes the bird poncho. I've yet to meet someone who doesn't think the bird poncho is awesome. So easily, would you say easily your best article of clothing, Seth?
100%. That's why I haven't washed it yet.
Oh, there you
Dates,
go.
graduations, funerals, weddings, everything you're gonna wear it for.
It's really an everyday jacket.
Just picture
Gina
Eminem warming up in this before 8 Mile, like an 8 Mile battle.
Oh my God, we should film a sketch where you do that, where you're a rapper.
Traffic.
Gina,
looking for my chapstick.
Feeling kind of caustic.
There's a Ford Maverick. Gina hypothesizing that the new Wonder Woman movie is going to have boobs. She says there will be boobs.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So
be
really
breaking
excited about
news.
those. Yeah. I think it'd probably go against the Wonder Woman thing. And I'm almost certain that's not what she was saying when she said that.
I guess
But
I'm curious, who in the chat is going to go to the movie theater to see this. I mean, we have a handful of people that aren't like as big as movie fans as us. I'm curious if they're like anyone is going to, I guess, risk it and go out to see this on a big screen.
Risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah. It looks like Mr. I-100 said they're going to stay at home instead of going to the theater. Barreto brings up a good point. If you're going on a date, you got to buy 2 tickets. Then you're already saving money, even if you don't already have an HBO subscription. What do the rest of you guys think? You going to the theater? Mike's not going to the theater. Mike's going to use my HBO password to go watch it, probably, as are about half of the folks here. Avery, I do not have the Grey Goose tonight because we didn't have any new anchor wankers. So I only get shots for the new ones. So I guess you guys got to go and recruit some more wankers if you want me to get shit-faced every month. I don't know.
Every month, take your money away and then put it back in.
And he can't use the excuse that he ran out of any booze because I left a half a bottle of Apple Crown there when I was visiting. So.
Ah, that's true. I forgot I have that. I may enjoy that just for fun later. I'll think about the wankers when I do it. How's that sound?
Do it.
All right, here. Tyler brings up something I was thinking about this week, and then we'll go ahead to the debate. So Tyler brought up here that HBO Max is now available on the Amazon Fire TV. So that is new, and then also new, and I know both of you guys have done this, or at least Seth has. Apple TV Plus is now available on the PlayStation. So PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, if you're like these two and got one. Then you log into your PlayStation, watch Apple TV Plus, and you can watch The Morning Show. You can watch C. You can watch The Banker. All sorts of great original content over on Apple Plus that people are enjoying. I've been really anti them because I can't watch them on my TV. But if I get a chance to, I'll probably log in and see some of those things. Let's see here. I-100's got some news for us too. They're going to put Cruella on Disney Plus, but Black Widow, Jungle Cruise, and Raya are not currently planned to go on the service. So still, I think, holding on to hope that they're going to get some big theater releases for those, which I'm kind of glad for. But I think that this experiment with Wonder Woman will be very telling. Depending on the numbers they do, I think Disney's going to learn a lot, and Marvel will adjust accordingly, depending on which way it goes. Gina, no, I didn't. I probably did. Slip of the tongue. Let's see, where are we? So that's it for TV news, or sorry, movie news. I knew we wouldn't. I knew you guys weren't prepped for that. So let's continue to roll on. And Seth, I hope you got your moderating pants on because it's time for us to get into a SoCo debate.
Hollywood. All right.
There it is.
I don't have my moderating pants on, but I do have my moderating jacket on.
There you go.
I'm glad you're down below in the middle as well, so you can be you feel like the moderator here.
Hell yeah, man! I'm. Let's do it. I'm the Bruce Buffer here. I'm going to introduce you guys in one corner. I'm not going to do that. That's
come on.
I was about to do the entire Apollo Creed dance from Rocky IV. Now I'm not going to do it.
And I was about to do the whole dance from Real Steel.
You brought up Rocky, and you thought you're all cool. You thought you're all cool trying to bring up Rocky. What song does he come out to on Rocky IV?
Living in America. You bet your ass I know. That's Black History, Seth. I have to know that.
Is it? He's in that movie for 15 minutes. He gets killed by a big Russian man, and that's all he does in the movie.
Yep. He set the it's all flash, no substance. He set the standard for every rapper to come after him. Everyone is influenced by Apollo Creed, except for Drake. He has substance. Let's see here.
It does bug me that like in that movie, we're gonna bring up a quick Rocky 4 point. There's 2 whole movies about how Rocky can barely beat this fucking guy, and then Apollo gets fucking killed in 15 minutes by this giant Russian, and Rocky leaves us some brain damage that they just magically make go away in the later movies. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Movie magic, man.
Rocky 4 I love Rocky 4, but It has some holes. It has some big holes.
Big holes, everybody.
Yeah.
You heard it here
I know,
first.
my camera moved.
There you go.
Nice. Was it the ghost that moved it?
It was.
Ooh, frightening.
Spooky.
I don't know how to do the eyes from The Undertaker. I'm afraid I just looked really stupid. Let's do this fucking debate.
All right. In one corner.
If you've missed these last 2 weeks, we've done this on each of the last two shows. Jared and I are going to debate each other on topics that Seth has chosen. We're going to flip a coin to see who gets to choose their position in the debate, whether they want to go first or second. And there's two sides of the debate. Whoever goes first gets to choose the side. And we'll each get 90 seconds to debate, and then Seth will choose a winner. We may also go to some responses in the chat to see who you guys think would win. Seth will need some support here in helping determine who's the winner. So, Seth, I'll let you take it away here. What do you got for us?
I don't have a coin. I thought I had one.
Can you use your phone to flip it?
I guess I could.
I got it. I can do it.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I trust this.
Hold on. I can do it through the... I'll do it through...
Guys. So I took out my phone so that I could do the coin flip, and we have a new anchor wanker. Right in the middle of the show. Thank you. Big shouts out. I gotta go get some liquor because we gotta give a shout out to Brett McShane, our newest anchor wanker.
Nice.
Big shouts out to Brett. It's probably gonna pull his support right after I take the shot, so looking forward to that. No, just kidding. Thanks a lot, Brett, for being a wanker. Appreciate you being here. There he says, drink up. I'm gonna go get that as soon as I'm done whooping this kid's ass in a debate here. So Seth,
why don't you go get it and I'll get a coin so that we can flip the coin.
okay, this is gonna make for great live television. Jared, we need you to dance for a few seconds.
Jared, vamp.
All right.
Do a quick J-Buck live.
All right.
Yeah,
So people.
and take us out so I don't have to look at my
Yeah.
empty room.
Okay. Take him out. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to J-Buck Live, your weekly show. No, whatever. What I am going to talk about, though, is a big problem here in the United States, in the world right now, a thing a lot of people need to know about. It's something you out there know about. It's your parents, what they grew up with. It's what their grandparents knew. And I'm going to be honest, this is leading nowhere. This is just me talking about nothing. Nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. You thought I was going to say something meaningful, something that tied in with us, something that connected all of us out there in the United States in this weird time of COVID, this pandemic. But no, it's nothing. Let's see what people are saying. Obesity. No, that's a good guess, Mike. Very good guess. I am so happy with these two idiots left. Yeah, Kyle, let's just... You type in the chat, and I will talk to you. We're going to have a one-sided podcast where they're not going to understand half of it. That's basically what's going to happen here. Oh, look, we're back.
Who's an idiot? Oh, wow. Seth grew a lot of hair. Seth found some Rogaine while he was away, while he was looking for his coin. Okay, here we go. So I got my goose here. Shouts out to Avery and the Melrose gang for sending me that there. This one goes out to Brett McShane. Thanks, Brett.
All right. I have a coin. It is a 2000. You're from the year 2000. From the year 2000. It's a Massachusetts. Can't see it, huh? There you go. No, that's not going to work. All right, Massachusetts, 2000 coin, quarter. Jared won the last one, right?
I've won them all.
Yes, he did.
Cody won the first one.
Yeah, I know.
That's not true.
All right. You're going to call it in the air first, Jared. Ready? All right, I'm going to flip it now. Ready?
All right, tails. Boom!
It is tails.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, look at
Tails.
that.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that. That's a good coin
All right.
right there.
The first topic, Jared. Mm-hmm. So just a heads up. The first two are going to be like our traditional, what we've done. The third one is an open forum. So you get to choose your own answer. There's no, so you get to true debate.
Hopefully it's Animorphs.
It is. Damn it. Gotta switch now.
You better fucking hope it's not.
It's that
So
or
again-
Beast Wars.
These debates are all about movies. So like going to the movies, types of movies, all type of stuff. So the first one is going to the movies. It's arriving before the trailers or arriving just in time for the movie. Or after the trailers. Jared, would you like to debate first or second?
I will go second.
Second. All right.
Oh.
Cody, which would you like to debate?
So showing up for the trailers or waiting until you're about to go in? I'm going to surprise you, Seth, and I'm going to take trailers.
Okay. All right. Cody, we're going to start a timer. Jared, you probably don't have a timer you can pull up, huh?
I do not know.
Okay. All right. We're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Go.
So we've talked at length about the movie theater experience, and especially like the sound and the size of the screen that is so large that really immerses you in the movie. And that's all well and good for the movie that you want to see. But to come in, sit down, and then immediately be blasted by all of that is occasionally very overwhelming. I've had that happen to me, and you got to warm up, stretch out your ears, and just settle into the theater before you can like handle all of that. And the best way to do that is via the trailer. Okay, come in on time. All right. You don't have to guess how many trailers there are going to be if you just show up at showtime. So you know you're never going to miss the start of the movie. You show up, you sit down, you settle in, you stretch out, you kick your shoes off if you're a weirdo. You open up your snacks without having to worry about bothering other people who are watching the movie. And you get to watch trailers, which in my opinion are the best parts of any movie. You know what sucks? The Suicide Squad movie. You know what's awesome? The Suicide Squad trailer. It is the best 2 minutes of any movie shoved down, and that's what they give you in a trailer. So every trailer seems awesome. It doesn't matter whether or not the movie's actually going to suck. Most trailers are dope. Now, my opponent will probably bring up the fact that you're likely to see trailers more than once as you go multiple times, and that is very true, but occasionally that can be fun. I've seen the Tenet trailer a lot of times before I came to the movie, and that one's fucking awesome.
All right.
Wow, he's stealing my own debate
Wow,
my platform. You see that? He comes in there. He's playing dirty now.
Yeah. Man, this he came out there and landed a big right hook immediately.
I know. I'm dazed right now.
Yeah.
Almost, get that 5 count.
All right, Jared, you are arguing for arriving just on time at the movies.
Yeah.
You can begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard from my opponent. He said just right there 90 seconds ago, he doesn't like getting blasted. Everyone likes getting blasted. So sit down, let that just smear all over you, that sound, the big screen of the movie theater, because you know what? Being blasted is great. Now, he brought up a lot of great components. Movie trailers, settling in. The thing is, reserved seating. Movie theaters now have reserved seating. I could show up 10 seconds before the movie starts, and guess what? My seat is right there. I can order snacks. They're going to be waiting for me. I can show up, boom, literally seconds, like I said, before the movie starts. And the thing is, time. Everyone, time is a valuable resource out there. Money, time is money. So if you're wasting 20, 25 minutes, because movie theaters now, especially AMC, has 25 minutes of trailers. If you're seeing 3 movies in a week, that is an hour and 20 or 15 minutes roughly. You're gonna imagine what you could do with that hour. You could be getting blasted at home. That's the thing, people. Time and money and resources and everything like that. I understand you want to go to the movie theater. You want to get the experience. You want to see movie trailers. If you go to multiple movies in a week, you're seeing the same movie trailers. Watch them at home. Guess what? Movies don't even exist right now, so you're probably going to see the same movie trailers for about a year and a half. Remember, people, get blasted.
Oh, man.
Man.
This is toughest. This is the toughest one, man. Audience.
We'll need some comments to settle this one. I just want to say, I don't know if there was a lot of substance in what you had to say, but you did have the best pull quote, and I'm probably going to make it the title of this episode. Being blasted is great.
Oh man! Wow, this is a tough one. I haven't seen any responses from the audience. No one's paying attention apparently. But
Jared put them all to sleep.
I guess God. I don't see that. I'll have to pull up the chat in the YouTubes, but
I think everything's a little bit delayed.
Yeah. Man, this is a tough one. This really is. This is probably the toughest one that I've had. Cody went for that one. He doesn't believe in that. I know that's the truth. He doesn't believe in that. What he said.
What? That's not the point.
I know.
Yeah, because we have to argue our points. So you can't judge us on that.
That was a calculated move. He did that because he knew that I like to go to the seat like before and make sure I have some time to settle in and all that stuff. So he went for the moderator, but Jared, that was a very good comeback with blasting. The signs you use the assigned seating, that's a good one. Getting the snacks and all that stuff, that's a good one. Getting blasted at home, that's a good one. Yeah. I think though I gotta go with and I think TB, old Tyler Barretto, he's the one that's gonna break this tie for me. I think he is. I think I gotta give the slight edge to Cody. I just think the points were the points.
What, time and money?
A little bit more solid. Again, Kyle admitted that his brother won, which that never happens. Kyle never admits that Cody wins anything.
This is the best day of my life.
All right, we're on to round 2. Cody, since you won,
Jared. Before we go on, I just want to say one thing, Jared. The reason that you didn't take round 1 is because you were doing Apollo Creed. It was all flash, no substance.
I know.
Living in America.
All right, this one I honestly don't have a ton of like sway either way. Like almost all these I've had like a side, and this one I don't really have one. So the topic, Cody, you get to choose whether you want to go first or second. The topic is salty snacks or sweet snacks at the movies. Which are better?
Oh shit. I'll go second.
Second. All right, Jared.
Yeah.
What do you want to argue for? Salty or sweet?
The thing is, they go together. You gotta have them both.
Nope.
You really do.
I will go. Oh fuck. You see that newscaster that did that live?
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh God. I'm gonna go with salty.
Salty?
Yeah.
All right, Jared. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, going to the movie theater, you have a whole plethora of snacks to choose from. You got the sweets, you got the sours. We didn't include the sours here, but the salty is the creme, the creme, the top of the pyramid. Now, popcorn, that is the biggest one at the movie theaters because it is the perfect buttery, salty snack. And not only just regular popcorn, you can get so many different toppings for those. You can get that like that barbecue powder, you can get ranch powder, but also those giant pretzels. You see the salt on that? That is some quality salt. That is big salt. That is salt you can see. And the thing is, those salty snacks are what really sets you in the mood. It gets you dehydrated, so then you can stay and stay focused more on the movie. I don't know where that dehydration quote and that the avenue is really gonna go, but come with me back. Come back. Because nachos, they have nachos as well, because you got the cheese, you got the salty chips, wonderful. You have hot dogs, glizzies even. Big salt, yes, big salt every. And the thing is, now you want something to complement getting blasted. And if you're going to be getting blasted, you want a nice salty snack to have after it. I got nothing. Here, have 5 seconds. How do I argue that?
I don't know.
You picked it.
Yeah.
I couldn't argue sweet either.
I can.
I think there's
If you would've
there's
been-
one I think there's
Man.
one argument that you can make for salty. But we'll see what Cody goes with. On sweet.
I got nothing, man.
All right. Cody, your time begins in 3, 2, 1.
I think that we can all agree on the panel here, of course, that going to the movies is, while something we do often, it's something that we do to reward ourselves, to treat ourselves, if you will. And if you're going to treat yourself, I think it's most common, at least in American culture, in which I grew up. Sweets are how you treat yourself, not salty foods. On your birthday, do you get cake or do you get French fries? Now, you might get both, but you're sure as fuck getting the cake. Okay? When you want to celebrate, when you want to treat yourself, when you want to take yourself out for a nice solo date, or whether you're on a date with your boo, you want sweet snacks, you want M&Ms, you want anything else with chocolate in it. You want maybe some ice cream. They got that at some theaters now. Those are all very nice snacks. Saltiness. My opponent sunk himself when he said dehydration. Your mouth is going to get so dry if all you're eating is salty snacks. You're going to get so dry, and what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to buy a $12 soda. So now remember, when you're getting a salty snack, you're not just getting a $6 salty snack. You're getting a $6 salty snack and the requisite $12 cola to go with it. Now, maybe you want to have a cola anyway, but I would like to have the choice for myself, not necessarily have it be made by my snack. Also, most of the food you eat every day is salty. You have chips. You have all those things at home. You don't have a lot of the same sweets at home. So get them while you're at the movies.
All right.
You're right. That was a tough one to come up with 90 seconds for. We should have just done it in 5.
Yeah.
Jared, I think the one argument that I would have had against, so I would have attacked sweet there, is what I would have done.
Diabetes?
And I would have said no. You know, the one thing that I used to get caramel corn a lot, right? And you ever just have like too much sweet shit and your mouth is just like, ugh, you just don't feel good after. Like I don't
like a bunch of warheads in your cheek.
Yeah, like just that sugary ugh. But I will say, I think Cody had the most complete argument on that one. But game's not over yet. The open forum, bonus points, bonus stars will be awarded. Like,
oh my
Mario.
gosh, who had the most red squares?
So
Can the peanut gal? Oh, fuck those bonus stars! I get ripped off every time by those.
So open forum you'll have bonus. There'll be bonus stars awarded.
Ooh.
I'll tell you later what they are. So the open forum, round 3, this decides it all. Who wins the debate, the debate trilogy. This will probably be the last week we do this because I'm running out of shit to think of here. So
I want to pit like you two guys. Maybe we'll just switch moderators, and you can enter the ring, Seth. I'd like to see you throw down.
Yeah.
You're a smart cat. I know you got good arguments.
I mean, you could even branch off from movies and just do like
porn stars.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
I don't know anything about porn, but I guess we can give it a try.
All right. So the open forum, round 3, winner of it all. There's no, you just get to choose and make your argument. So, who is the best movie star of all time?
I already know where
I'm
he's
ready.
going.
So this could be on a number of different things, though. So it could be box office, could be who has the best movies, and that's pretty objective, or subjective. Wait, which one is which? I just had a brain fart. Subjective, and so box office, best movies, who kicks the most ass. There could be so much stuff. Could be, you could even say, you could put Oscars into it. You could say who's the best actor. Who had, so there's a lot you could put in here. Tom Cruise isn't just the only answer here.
I mean, I could play dirty and follow what Dan just said.
So we're gonna go
Feel
ahead.
free.
We're gonna go ahead and flip a coin for the final round to see who
Okay.
gets to go first
Yep.
or second. All right, Cody, you can call it in there this time. Ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1.
Heads.
It is once again tails. Can't see it. Jared,
What you gonna do when they come for you?
what you gonna do? Make our dreams come true.
Wait, so do I pick first or second?
You can choose whether you want to go first or second here. So do you want to take Cody's from off the bat here and just try and come up with one? Or do you want to take some time to think about one? Give yourself a minute and a half to think about something. Would you
I'm
prefer
gonna go second.
second? All right. Cody, I'll give you a few extra seconds to vamp here, just so you can think for a minute if you need it.
You should listen to Kyle and pick Keanu Reeves.
I think I could win with Keanu Reeves, but I won't.
All right. Cody,
Yes, sir.
your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Seth, it's in life. Oftentimes we have to make compromises, and we get some of the things we want, but almost never do we get all of the things we want. You said earlier, are we going to look at who has the best movies, who's the best actor, who has the best box office returns? How are we going to quantify the best action, or not action, but movie star? How do you decide? I am here to tell you about a man who has all of those things, and is the best, nearly the best at the very least, at all of those things. Okay. Now, this man has been Oscar nominated for his acting performances. He has been in some of the biggest box office draws of all time. He is one of the most recognizable figures in all of Hollywood. Everyone who sees him knows who he is. He has lines that everybody quotes, not only from his specific characters, but from himself personally. It doesn't matter what character he's playing. I'm talking about a guy I think everyone already knows. I don't even need to say the name. Samuel L. Jackson. The Marvel movies, he's got the box office. Pulp Fiction, he's got the acting nomination. He's been in 1,000 movies over the course of the last 30 years, and they're almost all fucking great. There are a handful of straight-to-VOD movies that were some questionable decisions for him, but the guy is just so good at acting that he can't stop doing it. He's the only person in Hollywood that fits every characteristic you could possibly have for best star ever.
Minus 10.
That was good because you left the door open for several different people.
I was just trying to have as much as I was trying to give you as little time as possible to realize that you can't make a counter argument against Tom Cruise to beat me.
Wait, so
All
what
right.
are we arguing?
Best movie star of all time.
Oh, okay.
You didn't take that time to think about it?
I don't know. I was listening to him. I
That was
don't
part of my
know.
strategy too. I wanted to bring you in so you couldn't focus.
All right.
Oh,
Jared.
God. Oh, no.
Do you need a few seconds to vamp here?
No, I'm just ready to take one to the chin.
Oh, no.
Let's
Remember,
do
there's
it.
bonus
Jedi.
stars involved. How many
There's
coins do you
bonus
have
stars?
right now?
Okay, this is chump charity, huh?
All right.
I thought you liked getting blasted.
No, that was just for my first argument. I needed to win somehow.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
TD.
TD.
Better flip that
That's-
J around. Oh, dang it, Larry. Holy shit. I will say, actually, I'll say something after I lose here.
All right. You ready?
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
2, 1.
Now, my opponent brought up someone with a lengthy career, someone that has done amazing things and done things such as Snakes on a Plane. Now, I'm thinking of an actor here, someone that has been around for years, someone that is multi-talented, someone that has a great following on social medias, a great following in wrestling, a great following via Hollywood, someone that is just killing it with production, his own production company. Everyone wants to work with this one. And the thing is, when you hear box office Viagra, this is who you want attached to anything. This guy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is the biggest movie star right now, here today, in the U.S., in the world, because this guy has turned around so many different franchises. He has taken Fast and Furious and made it a literally multi-billion-dollar franchise now. They're going to the moon, man. They're going to space. He turned Jumanji, this tired-out franchise, into a video game fun family holiday franchise. He was in a movie and jumped 70 feet with one leg. Has Sam Jackson jumped 70 feet with one leg? No. And he also has, is it the People's Elbow? I don't know. We're going to go with that.
Wow.
I thought about The Rock. I thought he'd be the next obvious choice, and I should have formulated a counter argument against The Rock preemptively. I did not do it.
Wow. I'm seeing a lot of support here for The Rock in the chat. What do we got here? What's the chat think? Who should take this?
The thing is, I thought you were going to go with Tom Cruise. Otherwise, when you were talking, I was like, oh, shit, he's going to take The Rock. And then when you switched, I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah. I thought about when I decided I wanted to twist out of Tom Cruise, my first thought was to do The Rock. But I was also hoping to go second so that I could respond to who you picked too, because I wasn't sure who you were going to pick. But I don't know if you guys, if this is going to remind anybody of anything else, but in the middle of this competition, I seemed to be ahead by a lot. We had people saying things by like L Buck instead of J Buck. And now I feel like really late in the game, all these votes are coming in that are against me, and I just feel like this competition is being stolen from me, and I don't think that that's very fair. So Seth, I'm thinking if we cut off the voting like 2 minutes ago, that would be what I would suggest.
Man, Kyle's going with Cody again. That's surprising. That's shocking. All right.
I mean, good argument. Good argument.
Man, Jared went with, I think Jared went with the obvious choice overall, right? Like the best choice, I think, honestly. I think it's right. I think he's the biggest movie star.
Box office Viagra is a real thing.
Yeah. Cody went with the misdirection. And that I gotta respect
the
that.
wild card, yeah.
There's also a lot of really good points. This is tough.
I recognize winners. Jesus Christ, Kyle.
Seth, a very important point was just made in the chat. We cannot call this yet. Dan's vote was mailed in, so we're gonna need to wait until that comes in, and then I think we're gonna need to tabulate that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It looks to me like the chat says Cody. So I think Cody wins. But there are some bonus stars to be given.
Oh no!
Some bonus points.
Oh, I forgot about bonus stars.
Participation ribbons for all.
The bonus, it's actually worth 2 stars. Is for the person who never went over their time. And that goes to Jared.
No!
and that's for, it should be worth 3 stars, but that's for every round. He never went over his time. Cody went over his time 1 billion times.
I don't forget, Seth, that there's an audio and visual delay between us, and I didn't want to, I'm not going to I'm not going to give up valuable seconds, but I feel like I was maybe shortchanged. I feel like he got 1:32 seconds and I was getting like 1:27. I just think we should maybe review the tape later and double check that before we announce anything. 2 stars for that?
Mm-hmm. 2 stars.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fraud!
But I will say that I think the final bonus star is going to be for the most rounds won, just like the most coins in Mario Party. So we have to give the slight edge to Cody. I think he's the overall winner by 1/2 star.
Shoot a pickle, man.
For 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer.
Dan made a very good point about this debate. There was a pretty crazy plot twist there at the end, but it all still sucked.
I will say, usually when we do this debate, it does sting a little bit when you lose. This sucks because you're doing it in front of 12 other people that then are saying you suck. So I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
I hope not.
You guys got to go easy on JB. He's a good opponent and a great sport, and sometimes you just come up against an opponent who's got the sauce that day, and today I had the sauce. Next week he may have the sauce. He's beaten me before, so
yeah.
go easy. Although I'm gonna keep that JL thing in my head forever. So that's it. That's lifelong smack talk. So appreciate whoever dropped that, Pareto or whoever. Oh my God! So the SoCo debate, yes, yet another round of debates is in the books. This first trilogy of matches will, I guess, go to me. Won 2 out of 3 this last week, and we'll see. We'll see if we can keep doing the debates. We'll see if we can keep coming up with topics or retool. Actually, while you're on Twitter and submitting your questions for at SoCo Show Pod for us to read at the top of the show, also submit some debate topics. Remember that there's got to be a very clear one side and other side in the debate topic, so make sure keep that in mind. But send them over to Seth, and maybe we can keep this segment going for a while, because I kind of like debating, and it's a fun little improv exercise to do. So we have a good time. Anyway, I guess I'm the champion today, and that's going to do it for this week's SoCo debate. That was an accident.
Accident.
I didn't mean to hit that last one.
Wow.
My bad. I never said I was a good winner.
Man, you just you're like, hey, you lost, and then you just smeared my face in it. Like, that girl at the beginning of Scary Movie 2 when she pees on the floor. That's how I felt right there.
Oh wow! I shouldn't have put those two sounders next to each other. I'll remember that for next time. Let's see what we're doing next. We've had a lot of nonsense so far, guys, but I feel like at least part of the reason you come to the show is for us to review some shit. So we better go ahead and do that. And we're going to start in the world of television. Let's get in the TV corner.
Television! Down on the corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
All right, folks. Back in the TV corner this week. This is where we're going to review some television shows. That reminded me. My word slurring reminded me that you guys aren't going to believe this. Another new subscriber during the show. I swear to God. This individual, friend of the show, we all know, Dick and Balls is a new subscriber. So thanks, Dick, for becoming a subscriber, an anchor wanker. We welcome you to the group. Dick, you will fit right in with all of our other wankers.
That's
so
what she said.
I'm going to go ahead and have a shot to you.
Hold on. Was it just Dick, or was it Dick and Balls?
It was Dick, middle initial N, as in Neil, and then Balls was the last name.
Gotcha.
Dick Neil Balls.
Balls.
Maybe next week Drew P. Wiener will show up.
That's like in Futurama, Icy Wiener. That shit's funny to me. Oh my God. Anyway, here's to Dick and Balls.
You know that's on the internet now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's gonna
I can't wait until you're debating for president someday, and someone's like, "Can you explain these to Dick and Balls?"
And I may never know who Dick and Balls were, but they just cost me my presidential run. So thanks for that, Dick.
As we saw, 4 years ago, you can pretty much say anything and become president. So
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Anyway, we were getting into the TV corner here. So a couple shows that I'm very excited to hear about. One that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, and one that's a new release, and I'm excited to see if it gets a recommend. So, Seth, why don't we start with you? We mentioned that you're getting on PlayStation now and accessing that Apple TV Plus app. So tell the folks what you're watching.
Yeah, first off, I'm so happy they finally got that app, because I was extremely tired of hooking my phone up and watching the worst quality. Yeah, exactly. The worst quality thing that I've watched since 2012 on my TV. But Apple TV, they have an app on the PlayStation now, and they have a lot of good stuff. It's never been for me I wanted to watch their stuff. It's never been that. It's just I don't want to watch it on my phone. So finally have this app. And I've watched a few things, like movies through my phone, but now it's like I'm going to go through and check out these TV shows. And the first one that I wanted to check out, I heard a lot of good stuff about on Twitter and podcasts and whatnot. It's Ted Lasso. It's a show that's stars Jason Sudeikis. He co-wrote the show and co-created it with Bill Lawrence, who did Scrubs, which I think is one of the best shows of all time.
Number one, easy.
Yeah. So this show has a pretty similar feel in terms of the tone, what they go for. They go for some really funny moments and laughs and some weird stuff, but they also go that the show has a ton of heart. That I think that's the best part of the show is it has a ton of heart. There's points where they're gonna do some really weird jokes, but then 2 minutes later they're gonna hit you with a really nice, sincere moment. What the show is based on, though, it stars Jason Sudeikis as a coach, Ted Lasso, who he's a football coach from Kansas. He actually in the show coached Wichita State, and took them from they had I think they were the last in their division, and then took them to the championship that in one season. And so this woman who runs a soccer league in England, or a team in England, football. She sees that and hires him, and there are some underlying reasons why she hires him. I won't say too much because it's kind of just fun to go along with and enjoy the ride. But so he knows nothing about football, soccer, and goes over there with his assistant coach from America, and they go over there, and his assistant coach is Coach Beard is his name, and he's kind of he's very weird. Like he only says like one or two lines at a time typically, and he kind of has like some weird wisdom at times, but he's also very smart about sports and coaching. So he's got some really funny lines here and there. Their dynamic is really good, but Ted Lasso in general is extremely just like good natured. He's always got people's best interests at heart. He's always trying to do right by people and always trying to make people better in general. And he's, other than like maybe one episode, he's entirely unflappable. Like no one can take him down with his mood. He's always just trying to do the right thing. People make fun of him and he knows it, but he jokes in a way where he can disarm them and like at the same time, like he knows they're trying to make him feel stupid, but he disarms them with a joke that like recognizes that he's being stupid, but also like he's being funny and he's in on the joke. So Ted Lasso is just a super good dude, and he makes everyone around him better. And like that's the type of show, especially right now, that I think people need to watch. It's just a good show. Like it's got a good message throughout the whole thing. It's hilarious. It'll make you tear up. Like it's a half-hour comedy, 10 episodes. It's exactly what Cody needs. So I think Cody should check out the show. There's really not much sports involved. There we go. There's a TV corner overlay.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had.
Jared's taking a nap. This is usually Jared's nap time, so he's a little slow to the button.
But no, it's just an excellent show to check out. Apple TV Plus is pretty cheap too. It's like $5.99 a month. So just get it for a month. Check the show out. Super quick and easy to watch, and it's got that same like if you love Scrubs, you're just gonna love the same vibe. You don't have to love sports. Like there's not a lot of sports involved here. Ted Lasso doesn't know shit about soccer, and they don't talk about it much. That's the whole point. It's more about the relationships and the people and all that stuff. So, awesome show. I loved it. Definitely check out Ted Lasso for sure. If you can spend $6 for 1 month on Apple TV, you can watch it decently.
I'm curious, Seth. Do you think that Apple or whatever is going to invest in multiple seasons?
Yeah, they're already renewed for seasons 2 and 3. So there's upcoming.
Sick.
Yeah. This show got a lot of praise, and I think it's one that'll show up around Emmy season. It'll be one that will be nominated, I think.
Even just the feedback that I've seen on Twitter I almost liken it to what you saw from Schitt's Creek, where it's like it went from nobody's heard about this show, but everyone who has heard about it, it's like the best show they've seen this year. Mm-hmm. And I've heard a lot of love for Jason Sudeikis. I've heard mentioned a lot that there's the comedy element, but then there's the real heart, and that there's really emotion in this. And I know that that's something that you and I have enjoyed about Scrubs. That's why that's
Right.
one of our favorite shows. And it seems like Bill Lawrence's involvement in both is kind of what drives that. I'm curious, Seth, would you say that you were more drawn to this show, or while you were watching it, did you enjoy the comedy of it more, or the heart, for lack of a better word?
Probably the heart of it, honestly. I think it's just so good natured throughout. I mean, it has like dirty humor. It's got swear words and stuff. So it's not that like it's not a show that kids should watch necessarily, but they're able to be funny, be vulgar, but also just be super like heartfelt throughout the whole thing. It's like I said, I think it's a perfect show especially for right now. It'll just make you feel good for 5 hours, you know?
I dig it. I'm probably going to check this out this weekend. I'll have to boot the PlayStation up and watch that. My PlayStation 4, because I couldn't get the 5. I tried today. But
man, it's crazy. Like the PS5, it actually like turns me into pixels and pops me into the console, and I can watch it from it's pretty awesome.
It's like VR.
I want to hear it. We were all, so for the folks in the chat, we were all talking the other night. We were getting ready for this show. And these guys both have PlayStation 5s now, and I do not. And Jared hadn't booted his up yet, but Seth had, and was talking about Spider-Man PS5.
Yeah.
And I almost started crying. I was like, I just need to play it so bad. I did today. I got the shoes. If you guys didn't know, the shoes that the video game character Miles Morales wears, they're these black and white Adidas. And I got them. They dropped this morning. I didn't get the drop, but I got them from a reseller, which I am almost religiously against doing. But this time I needed the Spider-Man shoes, so I paid about double the price for them. They're coming in a week or so, and I'm probably going to get them muddy in the first couple weeks and the value. But anyway, that's a whole side story about some shoes. So Ted Lasso is on Apple TV Plus, which, if you missed it before, is now available on PlayStation 4. So if you were not an Apple user before and were wondering how you could get access to this content, PlayStation 4 will do it, or PlayStation 5, or PlayStation 2, to Gina's point earlier. So if you got a PlayStation, get the Apple app, and getting the big recommend 2 thumbs up from Ted Lasso from Seth here. So check that one out. Jared, we're going to go to you, and a little bit different review here, but one I'm also excited for. So this is a show that I think a lot of us will remember from when we were kids. And yeah, Gina brings up a good point. I don't leave the house, so my shoes aren't going to get dirty. A show that a lot of us remember as kids that's been rebooted now. HBO Max has put this back out, and you got a chance to see it early. What'd you think of this one?
Yeah, actually, it's Hulu. But
Hulu,
Animaniacs.
Yes.
Animaniacs is back. It's rebooted, all of that stuff. Back in the 90, I think it was 93 to 98. They did 5 seasons. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched it, are aware of it, all of that stuff. Like that was a cartoon that I grew up with. So watching this updated, rebooted thing, I had a lot of nostalgia with it, but also I had kind of a high bar of like, how are they going to get back to kind of that magic that I remember? And this is Animaniacs. They just took a 22-year break. Like, it's the same voice cast of Yakko, Wacko, Dot, Pinky and the Brain. Same voice
Pinky and
cast.
the Brain are in it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's I don't remember how it was structured back in the day, but each episode is about 10 minutes Animaniacs, 10 minutes Pinky and the Brain, and then about 7 more minutes of Animaniacs.
Is there the Pinky and the Brain theme song?
Yep. Everything like the Pinky and the Brain, and then every episode starts with Pinky. Like, what are we gonna do? You do the same thing every night. Try to take over the world or whatever. I don't know the exact verbiage.
Tried to take over the world.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna fucking watch that now.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow on Hulu. I believe 13 or 15 episodes. But it's literally 90s nostalgia. It's the same voice cast, the same animation. Like, it's everything you remember, but better, because it's way more crisp. The writing is very up-to-date, perfect. It's what I loved about it was very self-aware, where the one episode is reboots. and they're making fun of not only themselves and Hulu buying them, but every reboot that has been done in the last like 20 years, just being like, oh yeah, Hollywood doesn't have any creativity anymore, so let's just reboot it. It's cheaper. So that's one episode, but I don't even want to spoil any of the other episodes because each of them has a really unique way of going around certain like topics that are relevant today, like social things, political things, everything like that. So they do a very unique and smart way of going around that, but throwing animation into it. One thing that I really, really enjoyed, and there's a couple episodes that I wish were a whole season almost, they play with animation styles. So really kind of cutesy, children-like animation, really kind of gross and gritty animation. There's anime. So like those almost pieces that they put into each of these episodes to kind of broaden the animation styles, I guess, was something I like. The anime one, I wanted a whole season of just Animaniacs anime because it is bonkers, it is weird, it is crazy, and that's coming from someone who's not really a fan of anime, really. I could not recommend this higher. I gave this like a glowing review. Absolutely must see. If you loved the original one, this is what you're doing this weekend, is you're going to binge watch all of these episodes because it is, like you're saying, nostalgic from just the music and the song and the words, but also the voice cast and some fun things that they've kind of brought back, updated, and hidden in the background. Like, that's another thing, is just the hidden jokes that they have in the background, or like the scrolling bar of a newscast or something. Like, it is so like my kind of humor. I'm wondering if that's where I got my humor from, was Animaniacs back in the day.
You know what I also like miss is that the format, like you mentioned, like 10 minutes, 6 minutes, like that type of thing, where it's like chunked up like that. Like Rugrats used to be like that. Fairly Odd Parents used to be like where it was chunked up, where you get like small episodes within that 30 minutes. And that'll be cool to just go back and experience that. If you could it would be awesome if you could actually, like, instead of doing the crisp HD, if you could throw on a 90s
filter.
TV filter and then throw in some old 90s commercials, like, you would, I wouldn't leave my house. Like, that would be...
Oh, man. Now you're building a whole thing that I wish that's the way certain shows worked, where, in between that 10 minutes, then there's a commercial break, but it's those commercials from the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, and like also, for GAC?
Or creepy crawlers and stuff like that.
Wonderball.
Yep.
Oh, shit. What's in my Wonderball? This sounds fucking awesome. This reminds me kind of Rocko's Modern Life. Came out with a new episode, or a new couple episodes not long ago. And it reminds me of that. It's like a format that you remember, but updated. And it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong here, grown up with its audience. There were, I don't know if you've seen some of the memes and things from the old Animaniacs show, but they did have some adult jokes in there. Do you guys know the one about Prince?
I've always seen it, but I never got it, I think.
Okay, so there's a crime scene for some reason, and one of them's wearing a Sherlock Holmes hat, and he's looking around, and he goes, we need to find some Prince. And then one of them comes running in, and they're holding the singer Prince in their arms. And the first guy goes, no, fingerprints. And the person holding Prince goes, ew, gross. And then they just like throw Prince. They just like throw him aside, and that's the end of the bit. But I don't know. That's the kind of shit we obviously missed when we were 10. Yeah. But it is hilarious now. So I'm incredibly excited to go back and see this on Hulu. As is about half the chat who has my Hulu password. Don't worry, Kyle. I'll send you the password so you can watch Animaniacs this weekend. Yeah, Dan knows the fingerprints meme. You just bought me a date night. You're gonna watch? Maybe I'll watch this with Gina. We have such a hard time picking shows that we both want to watch, and she's more into animated and anime specifically, but animated shows. So this will be something we can watch together. So appreciate the date night.
I talked with my sister Jill. She said that the original seasons are on Hulu as well. I don't know if they are or not, but if you want even more 90s nostalgia, jump back to those ones.
You know what's funny is I don't remember. I thought Pinky and the Brain was always a separate thing. I did too.
Yeah,
I don't remember it being part of the Animaniacs.
No,
so
my brain back then probably worked at a 10-minute interval where I'm like, that was Animaniacs. Now this is Pinky and the Brain.
Well, and they
Yeah,
may
it
have
was a
just-
spinoff. I liked the full
combined.
length. There was a full Pinky and the Brain show that later came out, and that's where I learned about them too. But yeah, I guess they were a spinoff.
And then also maybe they'll like remaster or revive the Animaniacs game that was the Super Nintendo game back in the day. Hell yeah, that was the
Is that a good one?
Oh yeah.
There you go. TB wants Gina to have an anime segment on her podcast. We'll see. Maybe. We'll have to talk. She's an influential figure in the SoCo sphere. So if Gina wants to do something like that, maybe we'll make it happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
So two glowing recommendations, really, for Ted Lasso and for Animaniacs. If you're at home this weekend or if next weekend you're looking for something to watch over your Thanksgiving break, sound like there's a lot of great stuff out there to watch. Ted Lasso on Apple TV+, Animaniacs now on Hulu, or at least coming out tomorrow. So check out those things this week if you're looking for something to watch. And that's going to do it this week for the TV Corner. I timed it really cool, and then I didn't have it.
Nobody puts Cody in a corner.
All righty, a couple segments left to get through here. Let's jump in. Jared, it was your week for some movie homework this week, so we're going to go to you for this week's We Missed the Boat.
Oh, I'm on a boat, and
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jared,
Well,
did you do your homework?
I was gonna say, where's my the overlay or whatever? No, I didn't.
It was going to be a quick segment.
Hey, we can have some more time for shenanigans then.
I didn't mean to hit that, but I mean, he's right. There's only one word to describe. So you did. To be clear, you did not do your movie homework this week.
To be honest, no, because I have been doing a lot of just stuff. So no, I didn't. So chalk up the -1 for myself.
What's the score right now?
I think I have 4, don't I?
Yeah, Seth wants the score, and with good reason. So for those at home who might be confused, there is a point scoring system for We Missed the Boat. So watching a movie gets you 2 points. Having your movie selected to watch by someone else is a 1 point. And if you don't watch a movie when it's your turn, it's a -1. I had one of these on my first week of We Missed the Boat, and now Jared is going to take another L. It's been a tough podcast for Jared.
It has been.
But it's a -1, which means now the updated scores for We Missed the Boat. 3 for yours truly. I have 3 points. Jared now has 4 points. And the leader, Joy winner! The man in the bird poncho leads the way with 5 points. And not only that,
Oh,
I didn't mean to miss those either. Sorry, you guys, they keep making me take shots during the show, and I can't. Anyway, not only does Seth have the lead, but it's also going to be his turn. So, chance for him to make extend that lead potentially this week. So, Jared, I know you didn't do your movie homework, but do you have something to put on the list for Seth to watch?
Yeah, I think that when we were hanging out, you said you haven't seen this movie. Have you seen Enemy?
No.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Denis Villeneuve. That's all I'm going to say.
I have not seen it, but I know of it, and I will add it to my list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, that's one that I still need to watch too, in case you guys need some list material for me later. Seth, I'm going to give you one I've been wanting to give you for a long time, because I know you're into coming of age movies, and I know you're into movies that feature music. So I'm going to give you Almost Famous.
Okay.
This is from, I think it's around the year 2000. A very young, I think it's Kate Hudson is in this. She's not the main character, but it's, well, I'll leave it at that. Almost Famous. I would suggest you check it out. I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
All right. What do I want to give myself?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say answer.
I'm going to choose Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS5.
Oh, fuck you.
Dang.
I think, and I forgot it's past Halloween here, but I forgot I had actually gotten this on a Facebook page. I got the code for the 4K version of Beetlejuice, and I've never seen Beetlejuice. So I think I might put Beetlejuice on my list.
There you go. You say Beetlejuice 3 times, and you get 4 Ks. Does that count as wordplay? I don't know.
No,
I was trying.
that was bad.
I'm simultaneously not surprised to hear you haven't seen Beetlejuice, and also kind of surprised to hear you haven't seen Beetlejuice, because I think it's one that, like, I would argue most people saw that are around our age, but it was a little bit older. I think it skews older. I think we're at the younger side of people who definitely saw this. So I don't know why, but you just looked like a character from Andy Milanaka's show when you were doing that. but I would say that's a good ad. So we have Beetlejuice, Almost Famous, and Enemy.
You just made the list!
There we go. So Seth will need to check out one of those films before next week's show, and you can come on back and check those out. Yeah, Barretto missed the boat on that joke. That's
no, you missed the boat on that
you know
joke.
what? I've almost never done this before, but that's for the comment. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I gotta give you credit for that. Also, credit where it's due. Mr. I-100 and TB as well, trying to bail Jared out of his missed assignment. Too busy playing PS5, Jared, or too busy putting in all the work for the live show? Which would you say was the cause for your missed assignment?
Neither, because I still haven't opened my PS5. It's still in the box.
No.
I'm literally like crying inside because I was so hyped for it, and it's literally just staring at me, like taunting me now. So it wasn't the PS5. It was a bunch of editing and yeah.
Dude, you have to take it out of the box soon though, because the little alien that lives inside of there, he needs to breathe a little bit. So,
well, he's dead.
He's right.
That little
He's
spaceship.
Yeah, if you don't open up for long enough, it will lift off. And
I better go check then.
yeah, I'll tell you what. Just you know what they're gonna say when that happens, when the aliens in the PlayStation, when they lift up and they go away.
No.
Yes, we need to go to space.
Yes.
I didn't even need to work for it. You guys brought it to me. I just had to be ready to catch it. I was like a bad right fielder in Little League.
You're always ready to catch it.
Hey, that'll enter as a contender for the title of this episode.
So if someone's wondering, Kyle might be the closest.
There you go. Jared got a extra cell phone this last weekend. He's getting blasted on his own this last week. Has been taking up a lot of time. So anyway, Jared loses a point this week, but Seth has a new list for himself. So come on back next week to hear his turn on We Missed the Boat.
Oh, I'm on a boat, and
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Alrighty, we got to move forward from some movies that came out a long time ago to some things that are coming out recently. We got a handful of things to review this week. Let's get into it.
Mom, what do you think?
I hated it.
All right, so we've got, we'll try to get through these 5 movie reviews that we have. So we'll try to be a little quicker on these. But I didn't see anything, which I think is about normal for this. So Jared, we're going to start with you. And honestly, guys, I almost know nothing about any of these fucking movies, with exception to one. So I'll tell you this, we're going to alternate between the two of you, and I will just let you pick. I don't even have enough info to segue you into these. So Jared, what's a movie that you saw this last week?
Run? Did I see that this week?
That is one. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's go with Run. This one's coming to Hulu tomorrow. This was a movie that was supposed to come out, I think, in like April or something, but COVID and all that crap. Anyways, this is like a suspense thriller. Sarah Paulson is the main lead, and then Kira Allen, I believe, plays her daughter, and she is they don't exactly say exactly what she has. I think she has a bunch of different things that are wrong with her. But she's like in a wheelchair. She has a bunch of rashes. She has diabetes and stuff like that. So that's kind of the setup. Diabetes. That's kind of the setup of this mother that's homeschooling her daughter, and they've kind of been best friends and whatnot throughout life. It kind of the conflict of the film is the girl is wanting or dreaming of going to college. So it's kind of this thing of, oh, I've had you with me my whole life and you're wanting to go off into college. You can see how that kind of builds into kind of a thriller suspense type thing, because it does take a lot of twists and turns you wouldn't expect. This is from the director of Searching, actually. Anish Chatnani, I think. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. But, yeah, that was the one thing that I was surprised by, was like, oh, crap, like, this is that same guy. Because I know that we were all really loving that Searching movie from, 2018? So you can see how pieces of that film are very much in here, between the mother, the daughter, other parties, and the way that this story really weaves from the beginning to the end is completely different. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to be a little vague on certain aspects because they're big reveals, and the movie definitely completely takes a turn for a different direction here or there. I thought Sarah Paulson, I mean, she does perfectly, like, her character from American Horror Story, she always is able to very much show this loving side but have a really crazy side to her. So I think that she did a phenomenal job as that kind of character, playing off of the daughter. And the daughter, I don't know what else she has really been in, but I think that the chemistry and then terrifying chemistry that they have together really worked. I would check this one out. I really enjoyed it. I love a good thriller mystery. Again, it's jumping over to Hulu, so check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna say no more because there's only so much I can say without kind of spoiling this movie for you.
Well, Jared,
sure.
There's been 2 movies this year where you've done that, where you said I don't want to say anything because it's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm. What was the first one?
Possessor and the one with the talisman.
Where it's the guy in the house.
Amulet.
Amulet.
No, I would say that this one is pretty tame compared to those two.
Because those are fucking weird.
Yeah, those are bonkers, man.
You said Butt Boy was weird too, and that was
Butt Boy's good.
That was weird. I mean, we were right about Butt Boy. So that would be. So this is, you said, more tame than those, but still pretty out there with the plot twists?
Sorry, what? I was trying to read a comment.
So this is more...
Wow. That's like the equivalent of hey, do you know the answer? What? No, it was what?
Jared is all over the place.
I'm shook from this loss of the debate, man.
That made me laugh. No, so you were saying that this one's maybe a little lighter than those other movies, but still pretty twisty with the plot.
Yep. And it's a quick watch. I mean, I think it's 90 minutes. So if you, I mean, that's the thing.
There you go.
These 90-minute movies have really been hitting for me.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. As soon as you said it was the director of Searching, I was like, yeah, I'll check that out. Because I was somewhat interested. I'm like, it's a new movie that's coming out this week. So, I'll probably check it out. But
and that's the thing. Yeah. A lot of good stuff on streaming this weekend.
Sarah Paulson is also awesome. If you haven't checked her out, this is worth probably trying just for her. So to hear that she's good in it, big recommends on her and other things. She's been really awesome. So, Kyle, Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves came out 5 years ago. I'm sorry, but we're not going to get to it this week.
Doesn't he hate Keanu Reeves too?
Yeah, he does. But he texted me the other day and told me I should watch Knock Knock too.
Yeah,
so
because
maybe he's coming. Maybe he's coming around on our boy Keanu.
No,
there's a Knock Knock 2?
It's Ana de Armas gets nude in it. That's probably why.
Knock Knockers.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow. Knock Knockers is great. Yeah, Dan enjoyed Sarah Paulson and Ratchet, so big ups for her, and go check her out in the new one. That one's called Run, and that's on Hulu this weekend, so you can check that out. Seth, you saw a couple things. What's one of the movies you caught over this last week?
I'll start with the one that I saw on VOD. It's called Jungle Land. You can rent it on VOD right now. It stars Charlie Hunnam and Jack O'Connell. I don't really know who Jack O'Connell is very much, but Charlie Hunnam is in Sons of Anarchy. Been in some other stuff. King Arthur. But This one it's about two brothers. Charlie Hunnam plays basically the trainer to Jack O'Connell, who's he was a boxer and then now he's like a bare knuckle fighter, which is still like kind of like and they actually put wraps on and stuff, but like it's still sanctioned in a way. Like they have big tournaments and stuff, but it's not quote unquote professional boxing, so there's not as big as stakes involved. But essentially, these two are like they're definitely involved in some crime and stuff. They're like essentially homeless. They're like living in a condemned house type of thing, and they don't have a ton of money, and so they're doing some like bets and things like that. And essentially, the bookie, who's played by Jonathan Majors, has a bet on Jack O'Connell, and Jack O'Connell is not a huge fan of this guy, and so when he sees that this bet is being placed without his knowledge, he loses the fight. And so when he loses the fight, they're given essentially one more chance in this tournament called Jungle Land. And the whole point of this movie, they're traveling across country. I think they're in Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, somewhere out east, and they have to travel to Sacramento, I believe, to get to this tournament. And part of him getting into this tournament is they have to take this girl with them. And this girl, they don't really say what's going on with her up front. They just say, you got to get her from here to there. Don't let her out of your sight. Just go. And so the movie is essentially that story. I thought going in was going to be more about the boxing and the fighting, which I was excited about. It's more of this journey of these three going on to going on a road trip to Sacramento, and some things that go wrong along the way, because they are scrappy people. They're criminals essentially, and so they get into some trouble. Overall, I think it's a good movie. It's not, if you would be expecting a boxing movie or a fighting movie, it's not quite that. It's a little bit more of like a brother story in a way. It's got almost like a Good Time feel, like Robert Pattinson, that movie, which is fantastic. The Safdie brothers. It's kind of got that feel to it. Not quite as like stylized as that, but it definitely has that connection, that brotherhood. Because like Charlie Hunnam's a little bit more. He's a little smarter. He's a little more in tune to when people are saying things to him, and he's essentially taking Jack O'Connell and doing whatever he wants with him in terms of like making money and using his gifts of fighting to help them survive. So there's like, on one hand, it's he's kind of using his brother, but also at the same time he's helping his brother try and get a better life too. So there's kind of that dynamic going on. Then there's also some stuff dynamic going on with the girl they're taking along with them and Jack O'Connell. So there's kind of some relationship stuff playing in there. I like the movie though. I think overall it's an enjoyable movie. Again, not what I was expecting, so I think I could have enjoyed it more if it was more about the boxing. That's what I wanted. But overall, I enjoyed it for what it was. So it's like $10 to rent right now. I would say maybe wait till it was on like VOD, something like that. Not like in my top 10 of the year or anything, but I did enjoy it. So if you're looking for maybe like it's only an hour and a half, so like a shorter crime movie, I think that's probably what more to expect here. It's more of a crime movie and also like a brother movie. Definitely not the Kyle and Cody type of brotherhood, but a little different. Not quite as much crime committed, maybe. But no, it's enjoyable. So if it's on VOD or if it's on like Netflix, Hulu, whatever, probably a good one to check out.
There you go, Jungle Land. Sounds like one to wait till it's on the streaming service. Seth, a lot of questions in the chat about whether or not you're making these shits up. These are in fact real movies, though. I can confirm. I Google almost all of them, and they are real movies. But they're ones that I have not heard of either, Kyle. So don't worry.
This one, Best Picture at the 2013 Indiana Film Festival.
Indiana Film Festival. You do dig up some stuff and occasionally find something really great. I know Jared and I were beneficiaries of you finding Hearts Beat Loud earlier this year.
Butt Boy,
and Butt Boy.
Yeah.
And Butt Boy as well. So you do find some good stuff, and I'm glad that you find all the hidden stuff and sift through it, and then you bring us the good stuff. So Jungle Land sounds like it's a wait till Netflix. And Jared, we're going to go back to you now here, and I'm going to make an attempt at running you into it. I think this movie is about music.
Is it The Sound of Metal?
Yes.
No, it's about a welder.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. No. It's a music movie. This Sound of Metal movie. This one comes out, I want to say tomorrow on Amazon Studios, Amazon Prime. Essentially, this stars Riz Ahmed and Olivia Cook. And they are essentially kind of these free-flowing, kind of gypsy-type people that are in a rock band, and they're traveling across country in kind of a RV, something like that, and they are trying to put together an album. They're very much kind of, barely any money getting by, but like the art is what they're all about. But the main conflict is Riz Ahmed's character plays the drums, and he is slowly losing his hearing. So you can see how this character, the only thing that he really knows what to do, play the drums, play music, be around loud music, is being taken away from him. So you can see how that leads on this interesting journey, because he also, along with Olivia Cook's character, since they're, these free-flowing people in a band, they have a history of drug addiction and just addictive personalities. So you can see how this guy is essentially trying to do anything and everything to fix his hearing, get his hearing back, do something to prolong his hearing so he can continue his music. And this is a movie that probably one of the first movies I've seen this year that's borderline, like, I could see this getting nominated for some sort of awards come award season, because Riz Ahmed is amazing at portraying this character of this conflicted, addicted, on the edge, almost self-destructive type character that kind of finds peace at one point, but that addictive personality keeps poking its head out. He can't get rid of it. It's essentially the ghost behind Seth last week. Like, he couldn't get rid of it. So I thought his performance was amazing, but the one thing that I thought was really unique is the way that they played with sound, via music, via silence, everything like that, because he essentially has to go to kind of a retreat where deaf people, it's a deaf community, and the sense of family, but also no sound. It's visuals. It's 100% you watching these characters use sign language or other kind of tactics to get a hold of each other through certain parts of the movie. Like, it's dead silent, and I was like, oh God, like, this going from rock music to dead silence, it was just this huge dynamic of sound, essentially. And I think that was one of the biggest things. It was the way that they use sound, but also that community and the people that he goes and meets. I think Mark Racy, Paul Racy, I believe, or something like that. He is kind of the mentor that Riz Ahmed runs into. I don't think he's traditionally an actor. He's kind of a spokesperson for the deaf community. He was also in like rock band and stuff, like a heavy metal band. So I'm wondering if that kind of has like a mirror image of his real life story as well. But I thought he was awesome as well for someone that isn't typically, I think, in the Hollywood spotlight for acting and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a must see. This is a movie that Seth, it popped into my mind because you always say movies that end with a certain shot. This movie does that. And it was like one where I was like, oh shit. And I'm not going to say anymore because I loved where the character went and sort of that personality that's always following him and how it affects his choices in life.
I am stoked for this.
Yeah.
This sounds awesome.
And the thing is, I will say, because Cody, you would ask about, is this a music movie? There's music in it, but it is not like, here's a song. It's
sure.
It's the dude's job. That's about it.
This is cool.
Yeah.
I love the musician losing his hearing is an interesting thing to me.
Yeah, I was tuning out a little bit of the review because I was already planning to watch this. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. What you're saying about the sound and then like from being music to no sound, like I think that anytime a movie can do something different, like there's been stuff done kind of like that with sound, but like that seems you're mixing almost like a silent movie because of the reason for it. Like, he's deaf.
It
but
makes
then also,
sense,
yeah. Like I think that's really interesting. And anytime you can do anything inventive or creative like that, like I'm gonna check that out. So I'm excited. You said Hulu? Is that what it's on?
This one's Amazon Prime. I want both of you to watch it because I really want to see what you guys think.
Okay.
You guys are filling. I have a whole week off from work coming up, and you guys are filling up my watch list. So I'm really excited about this.
And
The
it's all
Sound of
streaming
Metal.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The Sound of Metal, Amazon Prime. Check that out this weekend. And I know we're just about at time. It's top of the hour. Seth is gonna do one more review, and then we'll give you one more thing, and we'll get out of here. So we're gonna keep rolling on, and stick with us if you can. Otherwise, it's been great having you, and thank you. But we're gonna keep going and finish up. I think maybe the next 10 or so. So Seth, you saw one more movie, and I'm told that this is not a Miley Cyrus documentary.
It is actually. It's a biopic.
The Climb?
Not quite a documentary. It's a biopic. It is The Climb.
Yes.
This one I saw in the theater, so I didn't find this at the bottom of the bin on Vudu. I did go out to the theater and see this one. It's called The Climb. It looks like it's actually it's like there was a short film that was made, and then they made it into a full 90-minute movie. But basically what The Climb is, it's these two friends, Michael and Kyle, who co-wrote the movie, and I think
That's hilarious.
Kyle Michael?
and I actually think, and actually in the movie, their names are Kyle and Mike. They star in it and everything. So, like they kind of they took this a little bit based off real life, from my understanding. But essentially, they're in France. Kyle's getting married, and they're on a bike ride. And it's the most genius way to tell someone that you've been cheating on, that you and their spouse their upcoming spouse have been cheating on. They've been sleeping together essentially. So Mike's character has been sleeping with Kyle's wife, and they're best friends for like life or whatever. And they're the whole first 8 minutes of this movie are them pedaling up a hill as Mike, who's the in shape guy, had told Kyle that, I've been fucking your wife, essentially.
Oh my God!
And so the whole first 8 minutes of this movie are these two biking up a hill, and like cars are coming and stuff, and they're having this conversation about like, why did this happen? And Kyle's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, like, get over here. And Mike's like, yeah, man, that's why I did this. That's why I told you here. But you know, like their friendship is like they're best friends. Like they share everything.
Nice.
But they share, you know, people who they fuck, but they also this is the one thing they don't share, like they don't know about this. And so it would essentially be like if Cody, you and I like had this happen, like if you were fucking my wife and you told me, although I would beat your I would totally fucking get to you, but like very quickly.
You would catch me. I'm out of shape, and I would die.
But so that's the first 8 minutes in the movie. The whole movie takes place over, I think, probably a decade or so. So they go from that moment and show their entire friendship from there, with new relationships that come in, like how their essentially from that point non-existent friendship progresses over time, and how they keep coming into each other's lives. They do an awesome job in the movie of, like, for one, you kind of just come in and out, and it feels seamless the way you come in and out of their lives. Like, they look a little different. They are in different places. They're with different people, all that stuff. And it all just makes sense, and you never feel lost when it happens. Like, they're able to explain it very quickly. They're able to put you in the place they want you very quickly. And I think part of that is because some of the camera work in this is amazing. It's some of the coolest, like, camera tricks that I've seen go in and out of, like, time that I've ever, like, they take, like, there's one shot, they're in a house and they're having a conversation, and the camera just it leaves those two having a conversation, and it'll pan to, like, the driveway, and you'll start to see, like, there's snow now, and then lights for Christmas, and then it goes to a car where the character who was just on screen is inside of it talking. So they kind of, and then you know, like, okay, now we're 5 years ahead or whatever. They do that throughout the entire movie. And so it's really cool to see how, like, there's a whole shot where they pan around the entire house that there's a bunch of conversations going on in, and you just hear snippets, and it all, again, helps catch you up and make sense of what's going on. It's super cool. Like, it's
God, the planning. Oh,
yeah. Like, that's the whole time I'm sitting there, like, enjoying the movie and what's going on and these friends, but at the same time I'm like, how do they do that? Like, that's really cool. Like, how they're just panning around the house, and, like, changing conversations and all that stuff. So as just a movie and how it's made and how it's shot and all that, awesome. Dialogue is really great because it's just these two friends who have had these real conversations. They wrote it into a movie and are just doing it. So I think that all that's really dope. The friends together, just again, lifelong friends. They have this relationship that comes on screen. There's only one actor I've ever seen in it. Her name's Gail Rankin. She's from Glow. She plays the Wolf Lady in Glow. Have you ever seen this girl with like black hair and makeup? She's in this movie for a decent amount of it. She plays a love interest later on. She's really good in it, but the rest are like no one I've ever seen before, and that's always good with indie movies, I think, because you're able to buy in super quick. And I loved this movie. I really enjoyed it. Even just on the cinematography of it all, but then the relationship, all that. So I would recommend checking it out as soon as it's on VOD. I don't know when it's going to be, but it seems like the windows are getting smaller with VOD. So I would say 100% check this out when it comes out. Again, 90 minutes, barely 90 minutes. It's really funny, but like, again, just interesting to watch and see. And the pace of it is super quick because of almost like Animaniacs, like we were talking about. It's like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, before you know it's done. So it's and I think it's an interesting ending, but I think it's satisfying in a way. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you got a chance.
Booyah. This sounds fucking good. Kyle makes a good point. I always say that these movies are, Wait, where did it go? Kyle said, I know I say this all the time, but this sounds really great and I want to watch it. I don't know if I will actually do so. I hope to, though. This sounds really awesome to me. You guys have given me a bunch of good movies. Run, Jungle Land, The Sound of Metal, and The Climb. All in various stages. So Run, you're going to be able to see, help me out here, tomorrow on Hulu.
Yep.
Jungle Land is a VOD, a paid rental, Seth? Yes?
Yes, yep.
Sound of Metal is available on Hulu this weekend.
Amazon
this weekend, sorry. and The Climb will be available on VOD soon. It's a theatrical release right now. So all those movies all sound great to me. Big thumbs up from the guys here. So that's what you can check out this week if you're looking for new movies. Those were our reviews for the week.
Mom, what do you think?
I love it. I hated it.
All right, folks, we're just about ready to get you out of here. But before we go, we got to give you one more thing.
But I'm down to one more thing.
All right, so my one more thing here, and I think I've talked about this on the show before, but I really want to pump this out. Disney Plus. I can't get my services straight this week.
You can't get anything straight today, yeah.
Yeah. So Disney Plus has a show, and people are always like, "Oh, there's no original content on Disney Plus." There is something now. Nat Geo put it out, and it's The Right Stuff. It's a long form series. There was a movie in the 80s called The Right Stuff. No, that's what I thought. That's why I clicked on it. But actually, it's about the space race. And so it takes place in the late 50s and early 60s and is about the Mercury 7, who are the group of 7 men who were set to become the first astronauts. And it goes from the selection process all the way up through some of the launches and things of the Mercury project. So there's not a lot of actors that you're going to recognize by name in here. Some you will remember having seen in some things, but I am really enjoying it. It's seven episodes so far, with more episodes yet to come. And it's something that I am watching every week, which you guys know is exceptionally rare for me to do. I'm really, really enjoying this, and it's available to everyone, or most folks who have Disney Plus. So go and check that one out. I give it a high recommend. The Right Stuff. Disney Plus.
Biggest
He does have a big ass cup.
This is a cup Cody actually kind of like he signed me up for something and I got this. I won. He won. I won.
You both.
But it's
won.
very like it's my favorite cup right now because it has the handle, so I'm able just to. Because I talked about it when I was in Oregon. I spill so much water, like an incredible amount of water is spilled, and so I'm able to just slide my hand and.
Glunk, 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 glunk.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. What a great cup. Jared, what's your one more thing?
My one more thing. It's just a quick thing. I have a TikTok. Go follow it. I mean, a funny story was I posted one at like, God, it feels like forever ago, but it was like 5 days ago. No lie, it had 500,000 views. For me, I was like, holy crap.
You were pooping your pants.
Well, I don't know how the app works, and now
Yeah.
I finally figured out. I think I might know how it works. But it was taken down because of suggestive material and nudity. Was not nude. I mean, if you follow me on social media, you've seen it on Instagram or Twitter. So you're seeing basically my TikToks there anyways. But go give me a follow because I need numbers. It's all about numbers, people. So yeah, TikTok, do it.
So Barreto, the one he's talking about is the PS5 one.
Yeah. That's the one that was taken down.
Yeah, for nudity. And if you've seen some of the other stuff on TikTok, you know that that's hilarious that happened. So
Yeah.
Yes, Kyle. First of all, you got to get the C's out of TikTok. You look like my grandpa trying to write out. And then I guess I should say we have the same grandpa, but you look really old not know what TikTok is. Yeah, Brittle, that's the one that got taken down, which seems hilarious if you've seen some of the other stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, go follow Jared. Genuinely fucking hilarious TikToks. I will say. I laugh my head off like at like a higher percentage of them than like other shits, right? So like if on average you laugh at 1 in every 10 things you see, his is higher. It's like I don't even know what the number is, but
2 out of 10.
I find that I very commonly laugh my head off at the shit he's posting there.
You know,
So go check out Jared on TikTok.
it's funny because when Jared first posted that, it was like immediately after the PS5 came out because like his brother got one right away. And so at first when I saw it TikTok, I was a little jealous because he was fucking a PlayStation. I would have done anything to fuck a PlayStation then. But then like 2 days later, I got one, so I was pretty happy overall.
So you fucked it then?
I did fuck it. That disc drive is very small. I can't believe I fit, but
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh my god.
No, this will be my one more thing is something that I know Kai will appreciate. I talk about Hot Ones a lot. Today, the new Hot Ones that posted today is the legendary Undertaker. The
shit!
Undertaker. Yeah. They did it in promotion for he's like retiring this weekend. It's his 30-year anniversary of being a wrestler in the WWE exactly on Sunday.
Good God.
It's November 22nd, and he's retiring essentially. So see, Kyle said he saw it and it was awesome. I agree. I think it's been so fun. I reviewed the Undertaker, the Last Ride documentary on here. It's been so cool to see him do these interviews and talk to people and all. Like, he is the most wrestler ever. Like, he's all about, his life is wrestling. Everything he talks about is wrestling. And like hearing him talk about now all these stories of 30 years of stories that he has been so cool. He talks a little bit about that stuff on Hot Ones, the documentary. And this weekend's going to be interesting because like he's literally the only wrestler that I've seen on TV from the second I started watching until he had a match like less than a year ago. So it's like that I'm going to probably have some tears come out of my face watching that on Sunday.
Man.
It's going to be an interesting one, but Undertaker 30 years, salute. And watch Hot Ones. If you just want to see a guy who's generally a good, like this guy played a fucking dead man on TV for 30 years, and he's like a really super nice, funny dude, like nice guy. So check out Hot Ones if anything else. 20 minutes. It's a pretty good one. So Undertaker, rest in peace.
I was like, there you go. Rest in peace, Taker. It's a must watch, especially if you're a wrestling fan. Check out the retirement this weekend. But Hot Ones featuring The Undertaker, as well as TikToks featuring Jared's naked body and the right stuff over there on Disney Plus. Check all those things out from this week's One More Thing.
But I'm down to one more thing.
That's going to do it for episode 170 of the SoCo Show, our third, I think, live show. So we really appreciate all of you guys for being in the chat, joining us here live. It's been a blast hanging out with you every episode so far. So we hope you'll keep joining us. And we will keep doing this. Want to give a special shout out to JB for putting together all of our visuals around here that you've seen. Jared, I know a lot of the people who are here are already subscribers of yours. And if they're not, I would heavily encourage them become a subscriber of the J-Buck channel. This is where we'll do this show every month, and you're going to see a lot of great shit on this channel in addition to what the SoCo Show is involved in. Make sure you like this video. That helps out the channel a lot. Jared, for those who are becoming subscribers now and or those who have been subscribers for a while, what can they expect to see on the channel coming up this next week or so?
Every Friday right now I'm doing recaps of Mandalorian, and the way my schedule's working, I am staying up till 2 a.m. tonight, so it'll be fresh. It'll be there right when you wake up to watch episode 4, so then you can check out what I had to think about it. Just a bunch of Netflix reviews. It's getting into for your consideration season, so a lot more kind of prestige type films and whatnot like that. And also there's a bunch of videos I've been working on, but I've been dinged with copywritten stuff so much. Ding. There, who knows, something cool might pop out just out of nowhere because I've been sitting on it for like 2 weeks. So reactions, reviews, reactions, ridiculousness. That's kind of the mantra around here. But thank you two, as always, coming over here, having some shits and giggles. I guess I got a new nickname out of it, Larid, so
Oh my God. Yeah, that one's a good one. Shouts out to you, Jared, for hosting us and for helping out with the visuals and for being our bro host, not only on the live shows, but every week on the SoCo Show. Seth, as always, I'll probably talk to you in about 5 minutes, but thank you for being on the show, as always. For those of you guys in the chat, make sure you check out our sponsors. There are links to them in the description box. Want to give big shouts out to them. Thank them for supporting the show. And also thank you to our anchor wankers for supporting the show, especially our brand new ones, Brett McShane and Dick and Balls tonight.
Dick and Balls.
Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you. Thank you to all of you who joined us here in the live show. Appreciated your comments. It was really fun hanging out with y'all. We will see you next month. It'll probably, I think the date we're targeting is December 17th, but we need to nail that down. So keep an eye out for that announcement for the next month's live show. We're really enjoying doing these and having you guys here with us as we do it. So it's been a blast. We're going to keep it going as much as we can. Don't forget to hit us up at SoCo Show Pod with questions for the show and also debate topics if you want to drop some of those to Seth. But with that, we want to wish y'all a very happy Thanksgiving coming up next week. We will have an episode 171 come out on Thanksgiving Day, so check that out in between meals with family and all that other good stuff. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the podcast listeners who are listening after the fact as well. For Jared Buckendahl, the bro host, and for Seth Ott, the so host, I have been Cody Michael, the co-host, and we will see you next week.
Bye.